So, my lord, I am inviting this order. The person who has complained, my lord, we do not know. But the state possibly knows. They say that the email was received at 22. Let that person be given special security by the CISF. Now the
No, because that-
state knows about the person.
We will do it.
They don't want to
But
reveal their identity.
You can't say, Malad, the state police is incapable of all this.
100 and- no.
Here the matter of.
Lordship, 105 complaints have gone.
Many, did you get the figure?
Yes, your lordship. So there are 700 residents, 250 ladies, and only 100 are there now.
250.
250.
30 to 40 female.
150 have left.
Yes,
Your lordship,
100.
approximately 30. Yes.
30 to 40 female residents and 60 to 70 male residents remain. Every-
What is the situation on ground?
Just 1 second. On the night of 15 August 2024, at midnight on 15 August 2024, when acts of wanton vandalization of the premises of the RGKar Medical College Hospital took place, a mob of persons is alleged to have systematically attacked the male and female doctors, emergency hospital staff, and hostels. Full stop. Ms. Saprajita Singh, Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, has placed on the
Lordships, I'm not on the resident. I'm for organization of doctors from West Bengal because they are too
for
scared. They don't
appearing
want to come in.
for an organization of doctors from West Bengal,
Protect the warriors.
has placed on the record a copy of an email addressed on 19 August 2024 by a senior resident at the Medical College Hospital, setting out the details of the incident which took place. Stop. The court has been apprised of the fact that there were approximately 700 resident doctors at the RGKar Medical College Hospital. Full stop. Following the incident, which took place on the night of 15 August 2000 and on the night between 14 and 15 August 2024, most of the resident doctors have left their place of duty, as a consequence of which approximately 30 to 40 female doctors and 60 to 70 male doctors have only remained in their hostels. Full stop. It is essential to create safe conditions for the doctors to return to their duties so as to enable them to not only pursue their duties, not only to pursue their own education, but to administer medical care to their patients. Full stop. Accordingly, the court has been assured by Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, that the Central Industrial Security Force shall be deputed in sufficient strength. So, Central Reserve Police Force shall be deputed in sufficient numbers to guard the facilities of the RGKar Medical College and Hospital, including the hostels where the resident doctors stay. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, Learned Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, states that there is no objection to such a course of action being adopted so as to bring security to the working
Mulad, then they'll
environment.
be responsible. I'm sorry to say, they'll be responsible, Mulad, because there are two kinds of forces can't be there, Mulad.
With the provision of central security.
Lord, is it
the
an
hospital,
information or a
we
threat?
hope and trust that the doctors will resume duties at the earliest. Full stop. Any concerns which they may have in regard to their safety may be placed in the form of an email jointly addressed by the doctors to the Registrar Judicial of this court for further necessary directions.
But I have one additional submission to make, that CBI is not now inquiring about the activities of the principal. On the wake of it, the state government.
We'll share this email with the solicitor, this email please, and keep it in, because we don't.
It would be kept in
we don't want
confidence,
the
my lord.
doctor to be targeted.
No, otherwise but now state of course knows, the state police would know because they have received, but I will keep it safe, my lord.
But the state has constituted a seat. for the
cover में तो डाल दो,
Cover
cover
में-
में डाल दो, cover में डाल दो, sir, ऐसे
Which is a requirement of CBI.
No, the lordships, we have assured the doc, sorry,
To create conflict.
Yes, these are the matter that we'll deal with on.
we've assured the document,
Mr.
the name
Solicitor,
will
please
not.
look
go.
at
That is-
the, Solicitor, please look at the designation of that person who has submitted. Just look at the designation of the.
I will. Right now, I'm not, my lord, seeing that.
Yes,
Take it up on Thursday morning now.
no problem, no problem.
Permitted to file in sealed cover, whatever we.
Shall be adjourned.
All the petitions.
Schedule an opportunity to do that on Thursday. If there's some concern, please come back to us.
Lordships.
We'll assure the doctors all over the country that whatever concern they have, please place it before us to
We are most grateful.
counsel who are here.
Your
We'll
lordship.
assuage your grievances the extent that we can.
What Friday?
I'm sure this is a complete non-adversarial procedure.
Absolutely non-adversarial. We are grateful your lordships have taken up.
We'll have to file a status report. If you'll
Once
have
we
to,
do this on
easier if
Thursday.
we have it on Friday morning, Mulad.
Friday, this bench and this combination is not available.
Can it be
But that's
Monday?
what-
We also get some time to
Morning, but-
prepare the status report.
Thursday morning.
We'll hand it over on Thursday morning, Mulad.
So it goes to Tuesday then. So
No,
that's
but
why
no,
we
we'll hand it over on Thursday morning then, Mulad, the status report.
Can it be Tuesday, Manoj?
We'll keep it on Thursday.
Which-
Thereafter, we'll keep it on Tuesday. We'll have a brief hearing on Thursday.
Yes.
Monitor the situation across the country and then place it on Tuesday. But you can give us your status reports even by Thursday morning. There's no difficulty.
All petitions may be listed, all petitions.
Now, if submit was not taken on record, it was filed late, Lord, it may be.
So all petitions.
By Delhi Medical Association.
We are grateful.
Guys, Mulad.
Grateful to.
Grateful.
I'm craving my lord's
Sorry,
invite.
just took a few moments because we had an opportunity to only
Lordship,
converse right now because we all, my brothers were traveling over the weekend. So
taking a lot of.
We have applied
You
to-
mentioned, the matter, the so-called Baiju's matter. Your lordship's order, froze that 150 crores. That is no problem. Your lordship has frozen it. Your lordship's added a sentence, there will be a stay of the order. Now, the stay of the order means the CRP will revive. Now, under COC, normally COC would be a constituted end.
we are taking up the matter. We are
On the 23rd. No, 20, no, your lordship is taking
No, it's
23rd.
not coming up.
What has happened is
Some
that your
interim
lordship's,
arrangement. I
your
support,
lordship's
Dr.
order,
Singh.
so one minute.
so the one will take up the matter. There's no difficulty.
They should not, COC should not be,
It's not
no,
going
not,
to take up.
COC should not be constituted in that time because then I have to file a 12A.
Not COC.
I am not objecting, Malaj, I am saying,
During the parties, it is coming up.
I am only say,
Lord, only a minute, my lord.
How many people
Appointment
will
of a COC,
All that you should do is, there
RP should not constitute the COC before Friday, that's all I am saying.
Lord, constituting
may be
COC.
some difficulty about this combination of three sitting on Friday. We can take it either on Thursday or Monday, whatever is
But
convenient.
can it be tomorrow, my lord, subject to your lordship's
Tomorrow or-
availability and?
Tomorrow we have the constitution
Or
day.
then Thursday,
Tomorrow is the constitution day.
Lord, Thursday, my lord.
Thursday.
Thursday, my lord.
We can take it up on
Because
Thursday.
Surely between now and day after, they will not constitute.
Lord, it is, the matter, Lord, without hearing will be allowed if COC is constituted.
Thursday we'll take it.
Only one sentence, it will be infructuous if the COC is made in these 48 hours. They should not make a 48 hours.
Yes.
Very well, well, we made our concerns clear to your lordships. If they go and create a COC in these 2 days.
The others, can you just circulate emails? In the afternoon, I'll deal with your emails and ensure that all matters are listed. Just circulate an email.
Is connected to Suo Motu writ petition 2 of 2024. That writ petition was filed by Association of Healthcare Private Limited, Tamil Nadu chapter in 2019. Notice was
Order for listing the matter. Just talk to the registrar in 10 minutes once he's free from here. There would be already an order for listing.
Lords, if your lordships can consider indicating, my lord, the concerns which your lordships would like us to assist.
Mr. Sybil is appearing for the state of West
Your Lordship, with Mr. Sib, in this matter, Your Lordship, I am also assisting Your
I'm
Lordship.
appearing for the Delhi Medical Association. Lord, we have filed an application.
State of West Bengal is represented by Mr. Sybil.
Yes, my lord.
This is
Lord, I appear for
the
Indian.
Bengal Doctors, Association of Bengal.
Lord, I am appearing for the original writ petitioner on
Your Lordship, I am,
order the CBI was done.
my Lord, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner, residents
Number of
doctors.
interveners.
Yes,
Please,
Not
it's
that
not
have
appearing on
calling
behalf of
out
the
on-
petitioners.
calling out who they are appearing for. We'd only request the interveners to give a slip of paper to the court master indicating who you are appearing for. We'll take that.
I'll give it, my lord. I, for the Indian Medical Association, will give our slip, my lord.
And my Lord, I am for the writ petitioner at whose behest the investigation was transferred to CBI.
Right. But the reason why, I must make it clear, the reason why we decided to take Suo Motu cognizance, we are conscious of the fact that the High Court was entertaining a petition which was filed by the petitioners who are here before us, is because this is really now not just a matter relating to a particular murder which takes place in a hospital in Kolkata, which is horrific in the nature of the crime, but it raises systemic issues in regard to the safety of doctors.
Lord, two more incidents, one in Bombay and one in Ahmedabad after Calcutta.
That's the Chief Justice, please.
Deals with the systemic issue of safety of doctors across India.
Yes.
There are a couple of things, Ms. Sybil, before we deal with the broader aspects of safety and what we propose to do, we'll tell you in
I have something to assist on that, my lord, neutrally.
briefly on both that. First, on matters of safety, we are deeply concerned about the fact that there is a virtual absence of safe conditions of work for young doctors across the country, particularly in public hospitals. As we know, these are all young interns, they are residents, senior residents, doctors, and most importantly, women doctors.
Yes.
who are subject to of graver dangers and vulnerable
Yeah, vulnerable.
by virtue of the nature of their
Absolutely.
because of gender,
Working hours.
just and working hours. Most of the young doctors have to put in somewhere
36 hours.
36 hours. We find that there are no duty rooms available, no separate restrooms or duty rooms available for men and women doctors, for the other nursing staff, for the paramedical staff who are also on duty. And therefore, we must evolve a national consensus to ensure that there must be a standard national protocol to ensure that safe conditions of work are provided. This is not a matter of providing protection either to women or protection to doctors in general. It's a matter of creating safe conditions of work so that they ultimately, what is equality under the Constitution all about? If women cannot go to a place of work and be safe, then we are denying them the basic conditions of equality. And therefore, we are entertaining this, and I'll very shortly share the way we want to proceed with this to ensure that ultimately, it's not that every time that there is a rape or murder that the conscience of the nation is awakened. We have to do something right here and now to ensure that these conditions of safety are maintained in terms of protocols which will not just be on paper, but protocols which will be enforced across India. Now, insofar as what happened in Kolkata is concerned, a couple of things from what we have. Of course, first, let me begin by saying that we are deeply concerned of the fact that the name of the deceased who was assaulted and murdered, the name has been published all over the media. Photographs have been published all over the media. Video clips, obviously, either before or after the postmortem, have been published, showing her body. After she was subjected to it, extremely concerning. We are the first to recognize the right to free speech, but there are well settled parameters.
It is extremely painful. I agree entirely with you.
Which have been laid down in now the new new criminal procedure code. By judgments of our court in Nipun Saxena, that we will not publish the names of the survivors of sexual assault. In this case, the person.
It's a criminal offense. We have filed 50 FIRs on that count. 50 FIRs.
And it was circulated, nobody should publish.
May I just inform your lordships, before the police reached, photos were taken and these were circulated. We didn't allow anything to happen. We cordoned off the area.
This is the way we provide dignity and respect for the privacy of an individual who has lost her life as a young doctor.
Yes.
But apart from that, Ms. Isabel, I'm happy that you are here for the state of West Bengal. Couple of important, quite a few aspects of the way the matter proceeded. It appears that the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning.
Yes.
After the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning, the principal of the hospital tries to pass this off as a suicide.
Not true.
Her parents are not allowed to see the body. The parents are not allowed to see the body for almost.
No, Malad, I'm sorry. Anyway, Malad, this is the impression. We'll have to place the facts before your lordships. We have investigated that. This is not correct.
Until late night, we find that no FIR was registered.
That's also not correct. Not correct.
What time was the FIR registered?
Malad, in fact, we did what is called what we call a UD case, Malad. Unnatural death case registered.
Yes, unnatural death case
registered.
But
immediately.
That's right.
That's an FIR, Malad. That's an FIR.
What's the body discovered?
The UD case the FIR registered formally in the police.
Malad's inquest was done and then FIR registered immediately and the investigation started.
What time
should have been done?
The FIR registered.
12, Malad. 12:30.
Does the FIR say that this is a case of a murder?
No.
Yes.
No,
my lord.
Unnatural death. It was
We have something.
Unnatural death.
Inquest shows it's a case of murder, Malad.
1 second.
Inquest shows it's a case of murder.
Inquest is done. The postmortem the autopsy is conducted.
Yes.
Now, until the night, no FIR indicating that this is a clear case of a murder has been made out.
It has, Malad. I'm sorry. I'll place those facts before your lordship. It has been, Malad.
Lord, may I suggest?
From
Lord, may I
unnatural
suggest-
death, we registered the case
Lord,
for murder.
that-
We caught the victim. He's a civic worker, Malad. It's an individual act. I show all that to your lordship.
And that's the first aspect.
Yes.
What was the principal doing? Why did he not, why was this kind of inaction on the part first an attempt to pass this off as a suicide instead of a murder?
I'm sorry, Malad. That's not correct.
Not recording, not registering an FIR till late in the evening.
Third, the body itself is handed over to the parents sometime in the evening for cremation. Fourth, and that's a matter of very serious concern. On the next day, the doctors, because they were all doctors working with her, the doctors are on protest. A group of persons, a mob assembles at the hospital. The hospital is invaded and the critical facilities are damaged in the morning or whenever the mob enters. What was the police doing?
Yes.
Not
Malad, we have videos for all. Malad, let me first of all state.
Surely, Mr. Sivan,
What-
the police,
Malad,
a very serious offense has taken place. The crime scene is within the precincts of the hospital. Now, that is the first thing that the police have to do, namely to protect the crime scene. What are they doing?
Malad,
They allow vandals to enter the hospital.
It's impossible that 7,000 people
first
can
of all,
gather
first
without
of
the
all,
consent.
Please, one second.
allow me.
Lord,
This is-
7,000 people can never gather without knowledge or consent of the.
This is not an adversarial litigation.
It's not. Therefore, let us not be in denial mode. One girl has lost life
It's-
by not only, a sexual pervert, he's an animal.
After the principal resigns from this medical college,
He sent to another
he's appointed as a principal of another college?
He doesn't resign. But anyway, be that as, Malad, let me first.
Conduct, at the least, his conduct is under scrutiny, and he's appointed as a principal somewhere else.
Lord, this is all, we have a note on all this misinformation.
It's not contradict each other. There is a high court order.
What is the reality? Just show it to you.
Let them file the report, not.
Well, just show it to
Matter
you.
tomorrow.
My lord.
Couple of things which we would like
Would be
to do.
there.
Well, let's make it very clear.
Yeah.
We would want the investigation has been handed over to the
CBI.
Bureau of Investigation.
Yes, done, yes,
We want CBI to file a status report before this court on Thursday.
correct.
We will take up the case on Thursday. We want CBI to apprise us on the status of the investigation.
Correct.
The investigation obviously must be at a very sensitive stage so that it's something which will be submitted to the court.
For court's
For the
consumption, not
second
for the
case
making
diary.
it public.
It's
Yes.
really an investigation update
Yes,
status
yes.
report which will be given to us on Thursday. We will consider the status report on Thursday morning and see
Fair
where
enough.
the investigation is proceeding. Today, what we intend to do is that today we intend to pass an order. What we have done is, and three of us, that's why we were in conversation with each other. We have discussed the pros and cons. We are setting up under the authority of this court a national task force. The national task force will consist of a diverse segment of doctors from different parts of the country. We want them to make us recommendations in regard to the modalities to be followed across India. We're not only talking of the RAKHI Medical College and Hospital, but modalities to be followed all over the country for ensuring safety at the workplace first and foremost, for which our young doctors, our the middle-level doctors, the senior doctors are all today on protest and on strike. At the same time, we would, now that we are taking charge of these proceedings, we are appointing a national task force. It's our earnest request to doctors all over the country who have struck work. There are institutions where I know appointments are taken 2 years in advance. For instance, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Appointments are taken 2 years in advance. If patients lose their slot, they go back by another 2 years. So we would really earnestly appeal to all the doctors that we are here to ensure that their safety and protection is a matter of the highest national concern. And therefore, this is something which we would earnestly appeal to all the young doctors that this is something, please trust us. That's why we have not left it to just the High Court. The High Court, of course, consists of very seasoned judges. The Chief Justice was monitoring the investigation by the CBI, but we felt that this is now not a matter of a particular offense, however serious and horrendous the offense is, but something which affects the institution of healthcare pan-India. Therefore, the need for the Supreme
Mullahs,
Court.
we welcome this. I think this must be done, Mullahs. All of us must be very positive.
Lordships
But
may
Mullahs,
give-
I have only one request. Mullahs, I have only one request. Yeah, sorry.
Lord, I need, my lord, 5 minutes on this, my lord.
That's what I said. Yes,
Who is the first informant? We were talking about the first information.
yes.
Who is that first informant? Can you name us, please?
Name him.
Who is the first informant
we
who
just-
lodged the FIR?
The one, I just find out, Mullahs.
And we would also like to know the time of the registration of the
The
FIR.
father of the victim.
Wait a minute, please don't
Please don't-
interfere.
yeah.
Don't interfere.
The
please.
first UD case was done by the police on its own.
So that is not an FIR. What is section 174 of the old CRPC today? Can anyone assist us, please?
Yes, what's?
So that's just a report.
Yes, to start the investigation.
But then who lodged the FIR?
183.
First, the father of the deceased.
Yes.
Then
And
the
then
vice
vice
principal of the hospital. First, the father of the deceased and vice principal of the hospital.
No, there cannot be two FIRs.
No, but both complaints were sent to us.
No.
Both complaints sent to us.
Tell us whose complaint is treated as,
Father of the deceased.
this is registered at what time?
11:45 PM.
11:45?
PM.
And now,
Next day, next day.
Yes, yes.
The night. The night, Mullah.
The night.
In the night. In the night, Mullah. In the
now,
night.
when is the body, one second, when is the body handed over to the parents for cremation?
Well, let's kindly have this
Just
note
tell
that
us,
I've given.
what
Just
time is the body handed over to the parents for cremation? One second.
Around 3:30.
30:10.
No.
Therefore, one thing is very clear. The body is handed over to the parents for cremation at 8:30 PM. The FIR is registered at 11:45 PM. 3 hours and 15 minutes after the body is handed over to the parents for cremation.
Well, they refused to file. Well, this is the problem. We handed it over. They filed the FIR. They made the complaint at 11:45. They say, we are in shock. Please do whatever you want to do. They wanted a postmortem. We did the postmortem. All is videographed. Everything is videographed.
The autopsy and the postmortem take place.
Between 1:45 to 4 PM.
Now, between 1:45 and 4 PM, the autopsy takes place, followed by the
Why not
postmortem.
the autopsy took place at 6 o'clock, not at,
Fair enough. That's all right. We'll take it as between 1 and 4 o'clock. It doesn't take place in 1 minute. It takes
that was when,
Videographed.
1 second. Don't keep on interrupting.
They wanted
So
a board. We
are- are
constituted a
proceeding-
board.
We are proceeding on the basis of Mr. Sibal's hypothesis that the autopsy and the postmortem take place between 1 and 4:45 in the afternoon. Now,
Lordship, there is-
notwithstanding this, clearly,
Lordship, there-
the autopsy would reveal that this is a case where a doctor has been murdered, where she has been murdered.
Yeah.
The FIR is registered at 11:45 in the night, Mr. Sibal.
Yeah,
And who was expected to
yeah.
Nobody in the hospital registers the FIR.
No.
The father registers what was the principal or the vice principal? What were the authorities of the hospital doing?
They wanted a board. We constituted a board. They wanted a magistrate. We got the
You
magistrate.
don't need
They realize
that time
that
for
murder has
registration
been
of
committed.
FIR.
Well, it's-
You don't need a medical board for
They are-
registration of
they are-
FIR.
At the moment, at the moment, Mellas, what are we considering? We are considering, Mellas, 2 or 3 things, as your lordship has put to me. How did these photographs reach the social media?
No, that's.
I'll mention all this, how did these photographs reach the media? We have nothing to do with it.
No, let
because
us
we
not
ordered out
trivialize, my lord.
everything. People there took photographs, came in, took photographs and sent it. Number 2, Mellas, number 2, immediately, Mellas, immediately an unnatural death case, Mellas, was started and an investigation was started. Your lordship may be right, Mellas, why did it happen? But whatever the parents were doing, we were agreeing with that. We set up a board. We asked the magistrate to come, a judicial magistrate to be present. Everything was videographed. Everything was called.
Mr. Sibal, it is the
Application
obligation
was made
of the
before the Siyata
authorities
court.
of the hospital.
Yeah.
The parents are not present in the hospital when the murder takes place.
Yes.
It's the obligation of the authorities of the hospital to register an FIR the moment they
2:45
realize.
it was done. 2:45 done. The letter was sent.
11:45 in the
No,
night.
2:45 letter was sent. Assistant superintendent sent a letter at 2:45 minutes. It's not 11:30, at 2:45 itself, we'll set out all this, Mullah. It's better we set it.
What we,
Mr. Lordships may give me 5 minutes, my lord,
Yes.
to further, my lord, to assist your lordships. My lord, first of all, Lord, let us not trivialize on this side, my lord, we are dealing with one incident, but your lordships are rightly looking at a larger picture. But we are dealing with, my lord, a young doctor, not only raped by a sexual pervert or perverts, but who was an animal-like instinct, who had an animal-like instinct, the way, my lord, the body was handled. Thereafter, my lord, I don't wish, my lord, to make this a political issue. I would request the state also not to be in a denial mode. 3 hours of the patient, parents waiting, my lord, is something we can experience if we put ourselves in that position. Now, my lord, so far as the safety is concerned, my lord, one thing I must bring to your lordship's notice. My lord, the doctors are genuinely, my lord, have a grievance. They are, my lord, they've lost one of their colleagues, my lord, globally. But, my lord, out of, my lord, all states, 23 states have legislations dealing with, my lord, what is called for, my lord, Kerala, my lord, so-and-so Medicare service persons and medical service institutions, prevention of violence and damage or loss to the property act. There are, my lord, I'll give, my lord, the list of acts. My lord, this also the National Task Force, my lord, can
The punishment which is provided under
it's
the
a cognizable, my lord,
is
and
3 years.
3 years.
yeah, yes, my lord. It's cognizable, non-bailable, and punishment is 3 years. My lord, this is first. I'll, my lord, place it. The National Task Force, my lord, which our lordships contemplate, can, my lord, go into this, can even make suggestions, and it should be welcome, my lord. My lord, second thing, my lord, which is worrying us is this. My lord, even in a well-organized function, if we want the presence of 500 people in an auditorium, we all know we have to make efforts. 7,000 people at the middle of the night armed with lathis and hockeys, my lord, can never be without the knowledge, if not consent, of the police force. It's complete failure of law and order, my lord, in the entire state.
What time did the vandalization of the hospital take place?
Lord,
Midnight.
midnight. It's at midnight, my lord.
I thought my
7,000
learned
people.
friend, he doesn't want to politicize the matter, my lord. Why is he saying all this?
Now, why this is, my lord, important.
We should be called upon. We'll tell you what happened.
Mr. Solicitor, what we'll do is that we'll...
One more aspect. One more aspect. Lord, and my lord, again, my learned friend may feel that this is, my lord, but this is directly related to the issue in question. Lord, the West Bengal has an in-charge DIG. In-charge DIG, Director General of Police, who is already being charged and being considered by your lordships for having fabricated or otherwise dealt with the evidence in Sharda scam case. Lord, your lordship's
Calcutta Police
direction
doesn't come under DGP. Calcutta Police doesn't come under DGP. Why are you saying all this?
What this has to do
Lord,
then?
Director
Kolkata
General
Police.
of Police
This has nothing
is
to
an
do with
in-charge DGP. Lord, let someone else be the
This is
in-charge.
what is happening.
Let them choose, but not the man who is already accused
This is the kind of
having-
misinformation we're having, Malak.
And
This is nothing to do. This is a
Nothing to do.
only a minute.
Malak, I have only one small request.
What do you propose to do about the principle?
Whatever your lordship says, we'll do, Malak.
As
Malak, whatever your lordship says, we will do. There's no issue. SIT is constituted. SIT is constituted, but whatever your lordships will say, we will do. We are not, Malak, this is not adversarial, as I said. Malak, just give me just 1 minute. I just handed over something to your lordship. Just have a look at it, Malak. Just give it to my lord. 3 copies that I handed.
All right, Mr. Sibal, we'll just hear the solicitor for a minute. He just wants a minute.
All
and then
Lord, I just, my lord, I want this, my lord.
Your Lordship,
Lord,
may I
an
just submit?
in-charge DG who is already a tainted officer in an affidavit filed before this court should be replaced by any other in-charge DG of their choice.
Let's just have this.
Another
We have
one.
we have set out what is in the media and we have set out the reality.
No, share it with
For-
all of us.
We will share it, don't worry.
No.
Kolkata police informed the family members that the present case was
They
a
are
case
in
of
a
suicide.
denial.
False.
No, another
False.
aspect.
At no
Lord,
time did
Prakash
the police give this
judgment.
information.
Presently, what we propose to do is we'll indicate what the broad parameters of our intervention in this matter consists of. We'll just pronounce it very shortly. For one thing, Mr. Sibal, we are very, very concerned. Let not the power of the state of West Bengal be unleashed on peaceful protesters.
I give to your, we have videos of all that happened.
People, whether they are doctors, civil society, lawyers, people who are protesting, so long as there's no act of destruction of.
We have videos. We agree.
Let there not be the power of the state unleashed
Agree.
on peaceful protest.
Manoj, I agree, and that has not happened. 1 second. We have videos which we have placed, which we'll place before your lordship. And Manoj, what happens is political parties get into the act, and this is what happens.
People who are taking to the media to communicate their views.
Yes.
Let us deal with them with a great deal of.
I agree.
It's a time of national catharsis.
Look at the girl, don't be in denial.
Manoj, now, for example, they say pelvic and collarbone was broken. False. Postmortem doesn't say that.
Lordship, state and the center, they'll keep arguing.
Fair.
CBI is investigating it.
Yes.
We will ask for a report from the CBI. Now, what we propose is,
Just
1 second.
Just 1 second.
This must stop. We are in charge of the proceeding. We have heard Mr. Solicitor. We have heard Mr. Sibal. If we start hearing all the interveners, there'll be no end to it.
Lordship,
Please have some patience. We are going to now tell you what we are proposing to do. We are not disposing of the case, but let's allow us to at least pronounce what we intend to do. All right.
No, this is the list of acts.
Would your lordship just leave
On,
a minute?
on 9 August 2024, a 31-year-old postgraduate doctor at R.G. Kar Medical College Hospital, Kolkata, who was in a 36-hour duty shift, was raped and murdered inside the seminar room of the hospital. As horrific details have emerged in the course of media reportage, the brutality of the sexual assault and the nature of the crime have shocked the conscience of the nation. The name and graphic images of the deceased have been widely circulated on social media without regard to her privacy or dignity. Writ petitions were instituted before the Calcutta High Court seeking, among other things, a court-monitored investigation of the crime and the conduct of the hospital authorities, including the role of the principal of the medical college and other officials by a special team of investigating officers. It has been alleged that the parents of the deceased were initially informed that their daughter had committed suicide. They were permitted to see the dead body after several hours, and a first information report in regard to the murder was registered belatedly by the police after several hours. By its order dated 13 August 2024, the High Court transferred the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. Following the incident, agitations and protests were called by doctors' associations, student bodies, and civic groups across the country. On the eve of Independence Day, several areas in Kolkata saw protests spurred by the Reclaim the Knife campaign. At 12:30 a.m. on 15 August, when a protest was underway at the hospital, a large mob assembled at the premises of the R.G. Kar Medical College Hospital and vandalized the emergency ward and other departments of the hospital. Following the acts of wanton disruption and vandalism, the Indian Medical Association, a private and voluntary organization of doctors in India, called for a nationwide withdrawal of medical services except emergency services for 24 hours on 17 August 2024. In the aftermath of the brutal incident and the demonstrations which followed, the state government was expected to ensure the deployment of the state machinery to prevent a breach of law and order. It was all the more necessary to do so since investigation of the crime which took place in the precincts of the hospital was underway. We are unable to comprehend how the state was not prepared to deal with the incident of vandalization of the premises of the hospital. Nationwide protests following the brutal incident in R.G. Kar Medical College Hospital have brought the issue of the lack of institutional safety for doctors to the forefront. Medical associations have consistently raised issues of the lack of workplace safety in healthcare institutions. Medical professionals, in the performance of their duties, have been unfortunate targets of various forms of violence. Hospitals and medical care facilities are open throughout the day and night. Medical professionals, doctors, nurses, and paramedic staff work round the clock. Unrestricted access to every part of healthcare institutions has made healthcare professionals susceptible to violence. Patients of relatives in anguish are quick to attribute untoward results to the negligence of medical professionals. Such allegations are immediately followed by violence against medical professionals. In May 2024, two on-duty doctors were allegedly attacked by relatives of a patient who died during treatment in a hospital in West Bengal. In another incident in May 2024 in Bihar, following the death of a 25-year-old pregnant patient, a nurse was allegedly pushed off the first floor of the building by the kin of the patient. In August 2024, a final year resident in a hospital in Hyderabad was allegedly assaulted by a patient's attendants after the patient died due to medical conditions. These incidents of violence are a few among the many that have been unleashed against members of the medical community in the recent past. They are portents of a systemic failure to protect doctors, nurses, and paramedical staff in the confines of hospitals. With few or no protective systems to ensure their safety, medical professionals have become vulnerable to violence. With the involvement of systemic issues for healthcare across the nation, this court has had to intervene. Women are at particular risk of sexual and non-sexual violence in these settings. Due to ingrained patriarchal attitudes and biases, relatives of patients are more likely to challenge women medical professionals. In addition to this, female medical professionals also face different forms of sexual violence at the workplace by colleagues, seniors, and persons in authority. Sexual violence has had its origins even within the institution, the case of Aruna Shanbag being a case in point. There is a hierarchy within medical colleges, and the career advancement and academic degrees of young professionals are capable of being affected by those in the upper echelons. The lack of institutional safety norms at medical establishments against both violence and sexual violence against medical professionals is a matter of serious concern. While gendered violence is the source of more malevolent manifestations of the structural deficiencies in public health institutions, the lack of safety is of concern to all medical professionals. Preserving safe conditions of work is central to realizing equality of opportunity to every working professional. This is not just a matter of protecting doctors. Their safety and well-being as health providers is a matter of national interest. As more and more women join the workforce in cutting-edge areas of knowledge and science, the nation has a vital stake in ensuring safe and dignified conditions of work. The constitutional value of equality demands nothing else and will not brook compromises on the health, well-being, and safety of those who provide health care to others. The nation cannot await another rape or murder for real changes on the ground. Several states, such as Maharashtra, Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, have enacted legislation to protect healthcare service professionals from violence and damage to property. All these enactments prohibit any act of violence against medical professionals. The offense is non-bailable and punishable with 3 years of imprisonment. However, these enactments do not address the institutional and systemic causes that underlie the problem. An enhanced punishment without improving institutional safety standards falls short of addressing the problem effectively. We have attempted to flag here the ground reality indicating the lack of institutional safety standards in healthcare institutions. A non-exhaustive formulation is set out below. A. Medical professionals who are posted for night duties are not provided adequate resting spaces. More often, doctors rest in the patient's room or in available public spaces. Duty rooms are scant. Separate duty rooms for male and female medical professionals are conspicuous by their absence in most healthcare establishments. B. Interns, residents, and senior residents are made to perform 36-hour shifts in conditions where even basic needs of sanitation, nutrition, hygiene, and rest are lacking. There is an absence of uniformity in terms of a standard national protocol. The fear of retribution prevents most healthcare professionals from questioning the absence of facilities for basic well-being. C. Lack of security personnel in medical care units is more of a norm than an exception. More often than not, medical professionals, which includes young resident doctors, interns, and nurses, are left to handle unruly attenders. Open access to healthcare facilities leaves medical professionals vulnerable to undesirable elements. D. Medical care facilities do not have sufficient toilet facilities. Most often, there is only one common toilet for medical professionals in one department. E. The hostels or places of stay for medical professionals are situated far from the hospital. Doctors and nurses who have to travel to and from the hospital are not provided transport facilities by the institution. Even within the precincts of the sprawling spaces of public hospitals, there is either inadequate or no transportation facilities for the safe commute of professionals. F. There is an absence or lack of properly functioning CCTV cameras to monitor ingress and egress to the hospital and to control access to sensitive areas. G. The patients and their attenders have unrestricted access to all places within the hospital, including intensive care units and the doctor's resting rooms. H. Lack of screening for arms and weapons at the entrance of hospitals. I. Dingy and ill-lit places within the hospitals. J. Medical professionals have to shoulder the responsibility of being both medical and emotional caregivers to patients and their relatives. There are no supportive facilities and no training and communication skills. And K. Certain spaces within hospitals, such as the intensive care unit and the emergency wards, are prone to a greater risk of violence because of the severity of medical conditions of patients in these departments. We have, in this backdrop, formed the view that a national consensus must be evolved after due consultation with all stakeholders on the urgent need to formulate protocols governing the issues which this order has highlighted. We have attempted to compose for this purpose a diverse body of persons with experience in healthcare institutions. A national task force with the following members of the medical profession is hence constituted. 1. Surgeon Vice Admiral Aarti Saryan, AVSM, VSM, Director General Medical Services, Navy. 2. Dr. D. Nageshwar Reddy, Chairman and Managing Director, Asian Institute of Gastroenterology and AIG Hospitals, Hyderabad. 3. Dr. M. Srinivas, Director, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, Delhi. 4. Dr. Pratima Murthy, Director, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, Bangalore. E. Dr. Govardhan Dutt Puri, Executive Director, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Jodhpur. 5. 6. Dr. Soumitra Rawat, Chairperson, Institute of Surgical Gastroenterology, GI and HPB Oncosurgery and Liver Transplantation, and Member Board of Management, Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi, and Member Court of Examiners of the Royal College of Surgeons, England. 8. Professor Anita Saxena, Vice Chancellor, Pandit B.D. Sharma Medical University, Rohtak, formerly Dean of Academics, Chief Cardiothoracic Center and Head Cardiology Department at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi. 9. Dr. Pallavi Saple, Dean, Grant Medical College and Sir J.J. Group of Hospitals, Mumbai. And 10. Dr. Padma Srivastav, former professor at the Department of Neurology, AIIMS, Delhi, currently serving as the Chairperson of Neurology at Paras Health, Gurugram. The following shall be the ex officio members of the NTF. A. The Cabinet Secretary to the Government of India. B. The Home Secretary to the Government of India. C. The Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. D. Chairperson of the National Medical Commission. And E. President of the National Board of Examinations. The NTF shall formulate effective recommendations to remedy the issues of concern pertaining to safety, working conditions, and well-being of medical professionals and other cognate matters highlighted in the above segments of this order. The NTF shall, while doing so, consider the following aspects to prepare an action plan. The action plan may be categorized under two heads. 1. Preventing violence, including gender-based violence against medical professionals. And 2. Providing an enforceable national protocol for dignified and safe working conditions for interns, residents, senior residents, doctors, nurses, and all medical professionals. 1. Prevention of violence against medical professionals and providing safe working conditions. A. Ensuring due security in medical establishments. 1. Triaging departments and places within the hospital based on the degree of volatility and the possibility of violence. Areas such as emergency rooms and intensive care units are prone to a greater degree of violence and may possibly need additional security in place to deal with any untoward incident. 2, a baggage and person screening system at every entrance of the hospital to ensure that arms are not carried inside the medical establishment. 3, preventing intoxicated persons from entering the premises of the medical establishment unless they are patients. And 4, training security personnel employed at hospitals to manage crowds and grieving persons. B, infrastructural development. 1, provision of separate resting rooms and duty rooms in each department for A, male doctors, B, female doctors, C, male nurses, D, female nurses, and E, a gender-neutral common resting space. The room must be well ventilated, have sufficient bed spaces, and provide a facility for drinking water. Access to these rooms must be restricted through installation of security devices. 2, adopting appropriate technological intervention to regulate access to critical and sensitive areas, including through the use of biometric and facial recognition. 3, ensuring adequate lighting at all places in the hospital, and if it is a hospital attached to a medical college, all places within the campus. 4, installation of CCTV cameras at all entrance and exit points of the hospitals and the corridors leading up to all patient rooms. And 5, if the hostels or rooms of the medical professionals are away from the hospital, provision of transport between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for those who wish to travel to or from their place of stay to the hospital. C, employment of social workers trained in grief and crisis counseling at all medical establishments. D, conducting workshops for all employees of medical establishments, including doctors, nurses, and helpers, on handling grief and crisis. E, constitution of employees' safety committees composed of doctors, interns, residents, and nurses at every medical establishment to conduct quarterly audits on institutional safety measures. F, including additional requirements on institutional safety measures for medical professionals as a criteria for accreditation of healthcare establishments by the National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. And G, the possibility of establishing police posts in medical facilities commensurate with the footfall, bed strength, and facilities. 2, prevention of sexual violence against medical professionals. A, the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 applies to hospitals and nursing homes, including private healthcare providers. In terms of the provisions of the Act, an internal complaints committee must be constituted in all hospitals and nursing homes. B, the duties of an employer listed under Section 19 of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013, which includes organizing sensitization programs and providing a safe working space, must be discharged. And C, ensuring for every medical institution a helpline number for medical professionals, which is open 24/7, and emergency distress facilities. It is clarified that the phrase medical professionals used in this judgment encompasses every medical professional, including doctors, medical students who are undergoing their compulsory rotating medical internship as a part of the MBBS course, resident doctors and senior resident doctors and nurses, including those who are nursing interns. The phrases medical establishments, hospital, medical institutions are interchangeably used. The NTF shall be at liberty to make recommendation on all aspects of the action plan highlighted above and any other aspects which the members seek to cover. They are at liberty to make additional suggestions where appropriate. The NTF shall also suggest appropriate timelines by which the recommendations could be implemented based on the existing facilities and hospitals. The NTF is required to consult all stakeholders. Bearing in mind the gravity and urgency of the situation, we have included the heads of the National Medical Commission and the National Board of Examinations as ex officio members of the NTF. Bearing in mind the national concerns which have been raised over the issue and the high priority which must be given to the creation of safe working conditions in healthcare institutions, we request the Cabinet Secretary to the Union Government to associate with the work of the NTF. The Home Secretary of the Union Government has also been made a member of the NTF in order to facilitate proper coordination with the state governments. The Secretary to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Government of India will be the Member Secretary of the NTF. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare will provide all logistical support, including making arrangements for travel, stay, and secretarial assistance, and bear the expenses of the members of the NTF. The NTF is requested to submit an interim report within 3 weeks and the final report within 2 months from the date of this order. All state governments and union territory governments, through their secretaries in the Ministries of Health and Family Welfare, and the central government, through the Secretary Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, must collate information from all hospitals run by the state and by the central government respectively on the following aspects. A, how many security personnel are employed at each hospital and each department? B, whether there is a baggage and person screening mechanism in place at the entrance of the medical establishment. C, the total number of resting stroke duty rooms in the hospital and specific details of the number in each department. D, the facilities provided in the resting stroke duty rooms. E, information on whether all areas of the hospital are accessible to the general public, and if so, with or without any security restrictions. F, whether there are CCTV cameras in the hospital. If there are, how many and in which locations? G, whether the institution provides medical professionals training to appropriately handle the grief of patients. If so, the details of the training must be provided. H, whether social workers who specialize in handling grief of families of the patients are employed at the hospital. If so, then total number of social workers must be provided. I, whether there are police outposts within the premises of the hospital or the medical college hospital campus. J, whether an internal complaints committee in terms of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013 has been constituted. And K, whether the employer of the establishment has discharged the duties prescribed by Section 19 of the Act of 2013. If so, the details of it. The data submitted shall be tabulated and filed with an affidavit by the Union Government within 1 month from this order. The Central Bureau of Investigation shall submit a status report to this court by, we'll say 22nd and not 23rd, by 22nd August 2024 on the progress in the investigation of the crime at RG Kar Medical College Hospital. The state of West Bengal shall also file a status report by 22 August 2024 on the progress of the investigation on the acts of vandalism which took place at the hospital in the aftermath of the incident. The matter will now be listed on 22 August 2020.
Not only one request. What is shared by the state of West Bengal with your lordships be given to CBI. We also need, like, have it. They cannot have any objection.
1 second, I can just say, when that is.
What is shared by...
My lord, can I just add one thing, my lord?
Only what is shared...
Principal of the college, is he now under suspension? Is he on long leave? What is happening?
He's on leave. He's on leave. High Court order. High Court order is Miller's operative. He's on leave. He's on leave. There's an SIT constituted also for all kinds of things.
My lord, can I?
Lords, I would...
Anywhere, right?
No.
But can I add one
That's
thing?
why I said, Miller,
I
whatever
would,
your lordship says, we'll
repeat
abide
my
by it. That's
request,
not an option.
whatever is shared
My-
with your lordships, the CBI must be
Yeah.
given.
No, we will file an affidavit.
But you have shared something with the
One
court,
second.
you can't
No,
have
no,
any
no.
objection.
At not this point, Muller. In
Lord,
fact, what
no,
is
I am
happened-
on that point
What
first.
happens is, Muller, this goes to them, then the social media takes action. It'll
No, there must
exacerbate the
be a-
situation. This is only to inform your lordships, Muller, that what's in the social media is not correct, and what's happening is just contrary
Then
to
why
what the
can't we
record is.
share with
For
CBI?
example, they say it's a
But
suicide. It
painted,
is not a
sir, you are
suicide. We never said.
painted.
We will, but Mr. Sibal, there was undoubtedly an unexplained delay.
I am not on merit.
Yes, Lord,
I am not on
what
that.
is to hide from CBI?
Mullahs, one
This-
second.
This shows we are
One
not
second,
getting
I
cooperation.
am not on that, Mullahs. Mullahs, as I said, whatever needs to be done must be done. People must be convicted. There is no issue on that. It's just that I don't want, Mullahs, another kind of tirade in the social media.
No, it
Mullahs,
will not be. You give it to
will be, it will
CBI.
be.
You
I
have
know
subjects
it.
to give it to CBI.
One more thing. The state must ensure that those who practiced acts of vandalism and
Absolutely.
Yes.
We have lodged
37.
37 already arrested, 50 FIRs filed. 37 already arrested.
50 FIR for one incident. It's a recipe for not investigating.
You have one second. You have a copy of the, before we part to the matter for today, you have a copy of the autopsy report here?
Yes.
We have it. We have it.
I have.
We hand it over. Yes.
My lord, in the meantime,
My
can
lord,
I add
would,
one
my lord,
thing? my lord?
again request, my lord, if your lordships have seen something, your lordships have, my lord, the CBI must be given, it will remain, my lord, confidential. But we must cross-check what is given to
My
you.
lord, your lordship.
This resistance shows that there is a lack of
No,
cooperation.
no, obviously there is a lack of faith.
Let
My lord, your
we'll
lordship.
do that on that day, Mr.
Only 1 second, my lord.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Give
My lord,
the entire thing.
today, my lord, they can give me today. My joint director is here. I'll give it to her.
Yeah, allow, yeah. Just allow. Yes. Yeah, yes. Now, my
What
lord.
is there to hide from
One
CBI,
second,
my
one
lord?
second.
If they have given
Nothing is-
something related to crimes, it must be given, my lord, to the
Kindly
CBI.
see, kindly see page 40. Kindly,
Yeah, don't read it aloud, we'll just.
kindly page 40.
पेट को बोलो काम शुरू करें.
Yes, yes, I know.
पेट को बोलो काम शुरू करें.
Hmm. Explain this. I'll just say, read. Outside.
Only know, my lord, what is being shown to your lord.
It's the post-mortem report, which is in the
Say
case
that, I
diary.
asked you 4 times, what is the, why hide this?
Yes, I'll give the, he has case diary, has it, my lord? Post-mortem report is there. I don't know why I'm showing nothing else.
Case diary has been handed over to
Handed
the
over
CBI.
to the CBI.
The entire case diary, inclusive of.
Yeah, inclusive of
Ah,
this.
there.
For the safety of lady dog.
She's not a lady. Yeah.
Inquest report.
yes.
Yes, yes, we have.
Hand over
Give the entire thing to, yes. Please give it to my lord.
the entire, just get the whole copy. I don't know, clean copy.
3 copies, please.
Just put a flap on that inquest report.
Please, put a flag, please.
If you can share that, I have it, but just if you can share it.
Put a flag,
Mr.
put a
Sibal
flag.
neither says yes nor say no, but doesn't give, my lord. That's the stand he has adopted from the
You can
day one.
continue to say that. You can continue to say that. You will, I know
Yes,
you'll
my lord,
repeat
it is a
it.
test
And I
whether
know-
the state wants
why do you
to
want-
come
Yes,
clean
one second,
or
1 second, just
still
1
play hide and seek.
Please.
I don't know why my learned friend.
No, you know why I am saying.
I know why you are asking.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen.
Quest?
Huh?
Give a soft copy.
You hand over the compilation to us. Hand over the compilation.
Give us the
Compilation and educate.
No, you don't have it on your.
give us.
We're locating a soft copy.
Whatever we have received, we'll file with our report.
What is that? What is that? Compilation.
List of deeds.
This was the calculator petition.
Report, Malas. Do you have a soft copy? If you can give it. Let's see if you have a soft copy.
Hard copy we have.
Here it is.
This is the inquest report.
This is the inquest report. This is it, Malas.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check.
What is also not true?
Stayed in the barracks of the 4th Battalion.
Or associated with smothering and not homicidal in nature, also verbally opine that
Evidence of forceful penetration, insertion in a genitalia, possibility of sections.
So far?
In the rape case, one, Malaj.
One.
The main accused. He was a civic worker, Malaj, and his Bluetooth was found at the spot. Malaj, therefore, we connected it with the mobile. And the CCTV also footage was there, so we connected it. We went to him and we realized, Malaj, what had happened, Malaj, that he along with one Mr. Bhatta, very interesting, Malaj, was talking up.
Whenever your lordship finds CBI.
My lord, I just need 10 seconds.
Saurabh Bhattacharya, he was, let me just explain. What, yeah, it's a case diary, you have it all.
Only 10 seconds, my lord.
Just allow me,
allow me.
Lord. What had happened?
Same comprehensive issue, my lord, which your lordships are perfectly framed. This deliberation and this exercise took place between 2016 to 2018 for preparing some protocol and some law. My lord, it resulted into framing of a legislation in 2019. Draft legislation is with me, with the central government forming a committee with IMA and other stakeholders. They gave a report. Report resulted into a draft legislation on violence against, my lord, medical practitioners and medical establishment. It is pending. IMA, my lord, represents the entire community of doctors. So if your lordships consider it appropriate, they can contribute in the participation of the committee, my lord.
Mahender Singh, we have already said that they will consult all stakeholders.
Correct, that's
We have-
what your lordship said.
And we have specifically referred to IMA.
May I just add, my lord, just want to that this particular exercise, to whatever it's worth, my lord, is there. And if your lordship could consider, my lord, they can also two nominees to work with them. That's all. I'm not saying anything more.
You can write to the Secretary Ministry of
very
Health
well.
and Family Welfare, so
I
that the
will.
committee will consult IMA. We have in fact referred to the role of IMA.
Very
My
well.
lord,
I'll
in
do it,
addition to what
great.
Mr. Manender Singh has said, my lord, can I just add, my lord? My lords have said, my lord, there are 3 legislations. We have tabulated, my lord.
No, we have not said chief.
23 legislations. I'm sorry.
We have said several states,
Yes, that's what
including.
your lordship is saying.
My lord, we have tabulated 23, but none of them has preventive measures. My lord, there is two more.
Saria, that's not inconsistent with
My lord,
what we have said.
No,
We have
that's,
said several states, including.
my lord,
that-
only two more suggestions, my lord, if your lordship consider it appropriate to include, my lord. One is institutional FIR, my lord, must be lodged within the 2 hours of a cognizable offense happening within the incident. One, my lord. Second, my lord, if your lordship kindly permit me, a distress call system, my lord, may be available.
We have already referred to that.
It is to the
We
women.
have specifically referred to it.
Yes, my lord is already there.
Can I just?
Your Lordship, we are for the women doctors, young doctors, Your Lordship. What we request, Your Lordship, if we can have a software mechanism system where a distress call alert can be linkage with the police station.
Can be suggestions
Hereby.
for the
And
task
secondly,
force.
Your Lordship, if
Sir,
we can
you're
have a
absolutely right.
proper functioning of CCTV cameras inside.
We
the
have done this.
file.
Right. In fact, we have flagged these very issues.
Yes. We've done a mobile app, we've done a,
The protesters need to be protected, Your Lordship's order.
Say, list, one second. One second. You haven't filed a PIL this time? Every week from you. A list on 22. We expect that the government of West Bengal shall observe necessary restraint in the face of peaceful protests conducted by any quarter of civil society bearing on the issues which form the subject matter of the incident which took place in Kolkata. To stop. The necessary, it shall be ensured that the power of the state is not unleashed either against persons using legitimate means to express their opinions or to participate.
yes, no doubt, my lord, except that.
The doctors' protest must be banned, my lord. They leave the OTP and all treatment and they get the.
Since this court is seized of the matter pertaining to the safety and well-being of all medical professionals at their workplaces as an issue involving high national priority, we would request all the doctors who are abstaining from work across the country to resume work at the earliest.
Lordships, may I come in with your lordships? Please, Your
The earliest. To stop. Above all, the abstention from work of doctors affects those segments of society who need medical care, medical care the most from accessing health-related services. Full stop. The abstaining doctors and medical professionals stand assured that their concerns are receiving the highest concern from the Supreme Court of India. But besides, their concerns are already being portrayed before this court by a diverse range of counsel on both sides.
Deeply obliged.
Lordships, I'm talking about the women doctors of the place where the incident has happened. Now, Lordships, it's very important. I'm sorry for Lordships insisting over and over again, but Lordships, I think it's of some importance in the matter. So, Lordships, the day on 14th August night, the day the attack took place on the doctors, when the protesters were on the site, the same hoodlums, they went to the hostel. They actually threatened the lady resident doctors, and they were threatened with the kind of threat that's given to women every time they protest. Lordships, very harsh things and they were threatened with very harsh consequences. Now, Lordships, now the women doctors, subject to, this is what I've been instructed by an association of doctors in West Bengal, and they are in touch with the resident doctors. They said that the women's hostel, most of the women, they've been called back by their parents because they're not feeling safe. So your lordships, when your lordships say they should join this, and because on that very date, the police, the state police, they ran away from the scene. Lordships, it's widely reported. I don't need to emphasize. Just
Life in
let me
West
complete.
Bengal.
Lordship, this is
I'm
very
not
sensitive
making it
information.
political. It's my lord.
He's appearing for the doctors. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Lordship. So what happened is after, yeah. So what happened, the police just left them and the police hid in the changing room of the nurses. This is what the doctors told me, Lordship.
Video.
Now, if this is not, I don't want to be caught between the political battle of these two sides. Now
There is no political bet.
Let me just explain. So what I'm just for the students and the doctors practicing, the Association of Doctors. In fact, one doctor, a very brave doctor, I don't want to take the gender. So it gave a representation to the police. So a lot of people have given a representation of the police. They have asked me to forward it to your lordships in sealed envelope. I have 3 copies of the representation. Lordships may just have a look to see what is the position of the doctors there.
Lord, I can
My
make
lords,
it
a
clear, my
very
lord, we
brief
do not
point.
make this political, but we also receive, my lord, complaints. This is the hard reality on ground. Our learned friend is not keeping mum for no reason.
What is all this going on? I'm not keeping mum for no reason.
Therefore, he is not sharing
I don't
anything with the
understand.
CBI.
What my, we've given the entire case diary. What more do you want?
Is this hostel a part of the hospital? Or it is at a far off place?
That's within the campus.
I was told that one set went to the hospital when they ransacked. Some goons, they went to the hostel.
Ladies hostel and then the lady doctors hostel and male doctors hostel, they are all different.
I assume so, Lordship, because they said that one set.
Okay. How many doctors, intern doctors are there in the hostel today?
Lordships, I am told.
How many were actually?
I am told 90% of the women doctors are not there.
In numbers, how many?
How many were there in the
How many
hospital?
were there and how many have left now?
Lordships, I'll just take the information
Ask
right
someone
now. Just
who knows about it.
I'll-
Mr. Sybil, this is very serious.
Very serious, of course.
Because
No doubt about it.
What was the police? What is the police?
No, I agree, my lord. So if
Tip
if
of
some-
an iceberg, my lord, I don't wish to.
that is
enter
why
into it.
FIRs have been registered. We'll take strong action. Photo, we have got from the CCTVs, photos have been.
Tip service takes
One thing.
years.
From the CCTVs, photos have been identified and we have lodged FIRs, Manoj, and we are taking, those people have been arrested. 37 people have been arrested.
But, Mr. Sybil, arrest is another thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, there were protests of the doctors.
Yes, of course.
This was part of the wider protests which were going on
Yes,
that
yes,
night.
absolutely.
It was called Reclaim the Night.
Yes, yes.
The West Bengal government could not have been unaware of the fact that when there are protests across the country, there's always another segment which will try and disrupt this.
What?
These are women who, the women doctors are assaulted. The police run away from the scene. Thereafter, the women doctors are called out by name, namely the people who are leading the protest, and they were threatened with the same fate that has befallen the others.
Well, if they tell us, we'll take strong action, Manoj. I agree. I'm not disputing.
You are supposed to be
Manoj,
aware.
hold on. My lord is asking me, and let me respond.
What was the police?
What does that
What was
tell
the
you?
police force doing in anticipation?
What
of-
happened was there were
Registering the
150. One second. There were 100. Hold on. Allow me. Mr. Solicitor, sir, I don't.
Please don't interrupt, Mr.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
We are putting a point to him.
And as I said, Manoj, we are on the same side in this, Manoj. Now, there were 150 policemen. Manoj, what happened was that outside the hospital itself, 150, in anticipation, 150 policemen. But Manoj, what happened was 7,000 people came. By the time we got additional force, which came later, this vandalism took place. This is what happened.
You 7,000.
We picked them up. We picked them up from there, Manoj.
It doesn't appear that 7,000 people vandalized the place.
No, they
It
didn't.
appears-
I didn't say that.
Then
Because by the time
80 to 90 people,
Maximum.
they indulged in vandalism.
we have the video, we'll show it. There's no issue on that.
And
Facts can't be, Manoj, distorted.
did the police run away from the site?
No, that can't be, Manoj. We'll find out.
It's
How can the police run
impossible
away?
Police not
No
knowing
police
to
run away,
7,000
Manoj. These allegations, if you take them,
Impossible.
Manoj, as face value,
Impossible, Manoj.
then we have a problem. We have a video. I'll show it to you, Your Honor.
We don't want
Can we show you the
we
video?
don't
We
want
have
to
the
Send
disclose-
them for
We
vandalism.
don't want to disclose the name or even the designation of the person who has written it. But please rest assured that this is not an ordinary complaint which has been.
No, I agree,
which has
Manoj.
been submitted.
Let's see the video. We'll show.
No,
we can-
please
we
do
can
not
upload it.
disclose. He or she will
We can
meet with the
upload it.
same fate.
Police calls the protesting doctors, threatening them.
Just see, Malad, we got the video. It's pen drive also. We can give it to you. There's a pen drive. We can give you the pen drive.
Mr. Sibal, this email was sent on 19th of August by this particular doctor to the
Just give it.
ID of the Kolkata police
Lordships, it's been sent, yes.
at 22 hours.
Yesterday, Malad.
But therefore, tell us one thing, what is the police doing?
Malad,
Because
it was sent yesterday. We are taking action. We have taken action. See
How
the
do you
video,
know
Malad.
which
just see the
doctor,
video.
which mail, how do you know that it is yesterday?
See the video, Malad. It's better. 150 police officers were camping outside. Kindly see the video, Malad.
Sir, Mr. Sibal,
Malad, I'm not here to defend anybody. Please make it rest assured, Malad.
look at it from a different angle.
Yes.
You made a fervent appeal to these doctors.
Yes.
Please join your duty.
Correct.
The marginalized section of the society is suffering.
Absolutely.
They can't afford to go to.
I agree entirely.
Now, these doctors, the lady doctors who are in the hostel, even if we ask the government to provide them with police protection, this police is going to protect.
No,
them.
Malad, we'll make sure.
That is our previous.
Trust the
So
police.
at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, because obviously the women doctors have left for the reason that they are fearful of their safety. If the premises of this hospital have to be safeguarded for these doctors to resume duty, who is going to provide security at the premises?
Malad, we give an undertaking to this court.
CISF
We'll
security.
give, hold on. We'll
Let
give an
it be
undertaking
central
to this
forces.
court. We'll give an
Let it be
undertaking. and
CISF.
What we suggest is this, because if conditions return to normal,
We'll put additional,
if conditions return to normal at this hospital
yes,
and doctors start coming back, this will have an impact on the rest of the.
of course,
Yes.
of course.
Therefore, why does we propose that let the CISF provide security at
Yes.
the premises
Yes.
of this hospital?
And Manoj, one more thing.
I have no problems with that.
Manoj, one more thing.
Idea is
Now-
that
now
their
that-
security is paramount. So please, if your lordship wants.
Manoj, now one more, Manoj, I am inviting this order. The person who has complained, Manoj, we do not know. But the state possibly knows. They say that the email was received at 22. Let that person be given special security by the CISF. Now the state knows about the person.
We will do it.
They don't want to reveal their identity.
You can't say, Malad, the state police is incapable of all this.
100 and- no.
Here the matter of.
Lordships, 105 complaints have
How
gone.
many did you get the figure?
Yes, your lordships. So there are 700 residents, 250 ladies, and only 100 are there now.
250.
250.
30 to 40 female.
150 have left.
Yes.
Yes.
Your lordship,
100.
approximately 30. Yes.
30 to 40 female residents and 60 to 70 male residents remain. Everybody else has gone.
32,
Lordships, I'm told 30 to 40 female residents and 60 to 70 male residents remain. Rest have all fled.
Manoj, we have this
Seven.
information.
Total 700.
Manoj, when I said there is no law and order, it was not
Emergency
a
will-
political statement. We have this information and more.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
This is the
Manoj, in the-
situation on ground.
just 1 second. On the night of 15 August 2024, at midnight on 15 August 2024, when acts of wanton vandalization of the premises of the RG Kar Medical College Hospital took place, a mob of persons is alleged to have systematically attacked the male and female doctors, emergency hospital staff, and hostels. Full stop. Ms. Saprajita Singh, Women's Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, has placed on the
Lordships, I'm not on the resident. I'm for organization of doctors from West Bengal because they are too
for
scared. They
appearing
don't want to come in.
for an organization of doctors from West Bengal,
Protect the warriors.
has placed on the record a copy of an email addressed on 19 August 2024 by
a senior resident at the Medical College Hospital, setting out the details of the incident which took place. Stop. The court has been apprised of the fact that there were approximately 700 resident doctors at the RGK Medical College Hospital. Full stop. Following the incident, which took place on the night of 15 August 2000 and on the night between 14 and 15 August 2024, most of the resident doctors have left their place of duty, as a consequence of which approximately 30 to 40 female doctors and 60 to 70 male doctors have only remained in their hostels. Full stop. It is essential to create safe conditions for the doctors to return to their duties, so as to enable them to not only pursue their duties, not only to pursue their own education, but to administer medical care to their patients. Full stop. Accordingly, the court has been assured by Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, that the Central Industrial Security Force shall be deputed in sufficient strength. So, Central Reserve Police Force shall be deputed in sufficient numbers to guard the facilities of the RGK Medical College and Hospital, including the hostels where the resident doctors stay. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, Learned Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, states that there is no objection to such a course of action being adopted so as to bring security to the
Well, then they'll be responsible. I'm sorry to say, they'll be responsible, Mulad, because there are two kinds of forces can't be there, Mulad.
With the provision of central security.
Well, is it an information or a
We
threat?
hope and trust that the doctors will resume duties at the earliest. Full stop. Any concerns which they may have in regard to their safety may be placed in the form of an email jointly addressed by the doctors to the Registrar Judicial of this court for further necessary directions.
But I have one submission to make. CBI is not now inquiring about the activities of the principal. On the wake of it, the state government.
We'll share this email with the solicitor. This email, please, and keep it in because we don't
It would be kept in
we don't want
confidence,
the
Mulad.
doctor to be targeted.
No, otherwise but now state of course knows, the state police would know because they have received, but I will keep it safe. Mulad.
The state has constituted a seat. But the which is a requirement of CBI.
No, Lordships, we have assured the doctor, sorry.
To create conflict.
Yes, these are the matter that we'll deal with on.
We've assured the doctor
Mr.
that the name
Solicitor,
will
please
not.
look at
that
the,
is-
Solicitor, please look at the designation of that person who has submitted. Just look at the designation of the.
I will. Right now, I'm not, Mulad, seeing that.
Yes,
Take it up on Thursday morning now.
no problem.
Public to file and sealed cover, whatever we.
All the petitions.
Schedule an opportunity to do that on Thursday. If there's some concern, please come back to us.
Lordships.
We'll assure the doctors all over the country that whatever concern they have, please place it before us to
We are most grateful.
counsel who are here.
Your
We'll
Lordship.
assuage your grievances the extent that we can. I'm sure this is a complete non-adversarial procedure.
Absolutely non-adversarial. We are grateful your Lordships have taken up.
We'll have to file a status report. If you'll have
Lordships, this on
easier,
Thursday.
we'll have it on Friday morning, Mulad.
Friday, this bench in this combination is not available.
Can it be
But that's
Monday?
what-
We also get some time to
Morning,
prepare the status report.
Thursday morning.
We'll hand it over on Thursday morning, Mulad.
Goes to Tuesday then. So
No,
that's
but
why
no,
we
we'll hand it over on Thursday morning then, Mulad, the status report.
Can it be Tuesday, Mulad?
We'll keep it on Thursday.
Which-
Thereafter, we'll keep it on Tuesday. We'll have a brief hearing on Thursday.
Yes.
Monitor the situation across the country and then place it on Tuesday. But you can give us your status reports even by Thursday morning. There's no difficulty.
All petitions may be listed. All petitions.
Now, if it was not taken on record, it was filed late, Mulad, it may be.
So all petitions.
By Delhi Medical.
We are grateful.
Grateful to.
Grateful.